topic is why cloning should not become official. The first thing I'm going to explain of why cloning should not be official. Well, first off, is cloning supposed to be official? I believe not. First off, it's scientifically impossible to do it. Second of all, socially, in a social aspect, cloning can become a very distinct problem. As if there's more of you, there's going to be more trust issues. And third thing is, the clones might have a chance to revolt against the human race, causing a mass genocide. Okay, scientifically, this is a chart representing 1,000 embryos. Orange represents a failure, the blue represents a success. The blue represents 1 out of every 1,000 embryos being copied is going to be an actual clone. But that clone doesn't have the guarantee of, having the perfect aspects of what your physical being is. It's going to have a bunch of genetic mutations and defects. It's not going to sustain life very well. Which brings on to this next picture showing a DNA strand being prepped for cloning. This DNA strand, once it's been cloned, is going to be missing a part of the DNA strand. It's like a puzzle. If you take away pieces of the puzzle, it's going to become more and more incomplete. And if you keep taking away the pieces of the puzzle as you're making more and more genetic mutations and more genetic defects are going to happen, forcing more of the clones to either evolve or devolve into different beings. Socially. Now socially, clones could be a great aspect. It could be your servant, that it could do distinct things that your well-being doesn't have the time to do. But they have a chance to not do what you want to do. Just because they're your clone doesn't mean they will see life the same way you do. So let's say you have 5 clones with you. 2 of them agree with you and 2 of them don't. This is because clones, although they're a copy of you, sure, but they may see life in a different aspect than you do. So say you like sports and your clone likes computers, something like that. It's because they have different influences on you, and just because you're pushing and pressuring them to do what you want to do doesn't mean they're always going to agree with you. And if we have the technology to genetically engineer the perfect clone, they're going to become more and more distinct and more the same. They're going to be like machines, almost like machines. They're going to be taking your orders. They're going to not have the distinct personality anymore due to the missing amounts of DNA. A certain amount of DNA might evolve into their brain activity, turning them into machines. And this is a representation of what would cloning look like if we perfect it into a mass production cell. Now the advantages and disadvantages of cloning, I'm going to reference Star Wars here because it's a perfect example. This guy right here, he's the original being, and the people behind him are all of his clones. Now say all the clones are designated for a big massive army, which is an advantage. We can use that for wars and stuff, so we don't have any human casualties or anything. They'll just be clone casualties. Now think about this. If there's one commander, one big guy in charge, Chancellor Palpatine, who orders all the clones to turn against each other, he has the power to do that because those clones have to abide by that rule because the clones think that he is a god and they abide to that god. Now the god is referring to destroy every single other original human is going to cause a massive genocide, and that god is going to turn those under his whim. And then soon enough, the god is going to win himself into more clones so he can win himself more beings under his supreme rule. In my conclusion, I think that cloning should not become official because clones, even if we perfect it, the clones would not have like a personal being, or they would not see life as to you do. They would not be your slave. They would not see to you being what you really they are. They have a life too. They want to do what they want to do, and they will see to it that you are not capable of what you need to do. They will do what it takes to eliminate